Hi everybody, this is Bonnie from bonniescreativeplace.stampinup.net, and we are here with week 6 of our Halloween, 10 weeks of Halloween, and we are going to make this cute little Frankenstein bag. Is it not stinking cute? I try to make a cute little Frankenstein of some sort every Halloween, and when I saw the all dressed up to impress die set, it comes with the stamp set too, but I'm using the all dressed up dies, just the dies, and it has a little handbag in there. And I knew when I made this little handbag, saw this handbag, I was going to try and make it into a Frankenstein. So that we need that set. The hostess code for the month of September till the 23rd is BPCZEZXU, and that is good until September 23rd. And we will, if there's any product or anything you see here today, use that hostess code, and I'd greatly appreciate any business that you could give me. So let's get started on how to make this. Besides having to have the dies, you are going to need an 8.5 by 11, or an 11 by 6 piece of old olive. You're going to need a piece that is 11 by 1 inch. Then we're going to need another piece that is just big enough for the handle, so whatever scraps that you could fit the handle on. So we're going to need that piece. Then we're going to need some white scrap paper for the eyes, some black scrap paper for the eyes, and a piece of scrap paper for the nose of old olive. So let's get started on this fun little project. Let's get some stuff out of the way. We'll scoot this back here a little bit. We'll bring in the stamp and emboss and cut machine. We're going to bring in our plates. We need plate 1, plate 2, plate 3, and another plate 3. But first we got to put our sandwich down. So we're putting down the 6 by 11, and we need 2 of these little purses. Now, when I do the hair, I just kind of go crazy. I don't really have, sorry for the arm in the way, I just really kind of go crazy. There's no rhyme or reason. You could draw lines up and down, but I just end up cutting all these different directions for the hair. Now we need a 1 inch piece for the nose, and actually there is room on this piece, so just to show you, so you won't need any more if you get that 6.5 by 11. So we need a piece of that for our nose, and that's just the 1 inch circle punch. Stampin' Up! Does not sell the 1 inch circle punch, but if you have one or whatever you have, use that. And then you need 2 of the 1 inch circle punches for your eyes. And then we also need 2 of the 3/4 inch circle punch, which also Stampin' Up! Does not sell anymore. Okay? And so we have that. And now we can start putting this little guy together. All right. So I'm going to zoom in so you can see more of this a little up close better. So we're just going to score on all the score lines. I'm going to get some glue, and this is the same thing as this Tombow glue. I just put it in this smaller bottle because I have a bunch of these sitting upside down, and I end up filling 2 of these little bottles just from doing that. So I don't know, that's just something that I did so I could use it up. So I'm putting that right in there, and then I'm going to attach this. I'm lining the top of this up with the bottom of this one. You could see it right there. They're lining them up. And then I'm just going to press down. I got a little too much glue right here, but it dries clear and I'll just wipe it off. So now while that is in there like that, I went ahead and brought in the cutter because I wanted this more square and I didn't want the purse part on it. So I took this and I lined it up so that all of this would just kind of cut right off like that. If I'm making sense, I cut it right off. I lined up the edge of these polka dots is what I'm looking for to get cut off right to here, and then I'll probably turn it and do it again. So we're going to just go from here all the way across. So that's all I did. I just cut them right off. And then you can see when I put this back around like this, this will line up. Whoops, I forgot to fold that part. This will line up with this one still, right there. May have to trim that corner just a little bit, but okay. So let's get that out of the way. And we're going to put a little bit of adhesive on this. Right here. Try to keep this in the camera now that I zoomed you guys in, but I want to make sure you guys could see it. And line this up with the top, but with the bottom this time. I shouldn't say the top. I want you to line it up with the bottom. Line this up with the bottom. We will definitely have to trim off the top a little bit. If I can get this to lay the way I wanted it to, I can't get it to lay. Definitely. Okay. Okay, so now we have that, but you see this little funky? I don't like that. So after you get that lined up, we have got to just trim this and just keep going thinner and thinner till you get to the top. You're not going to see this, so it don't have to be perfect because we're going to definitely be putting the hair up there. I just trimmed a little bit of that off. I had another hanger there. Make sure this is sealed good. I'm trying to... Okay. So see it coming along? Isn't it really cool? Okay, so now let's finish the bottom. We're just going to tuck these 2 in, and we're going to decide which one is our back and which one is our front. And I think this one is, yeah, it's going to be my front. So we're going to put that down like that. So I want the front one to go towards the back. So we're going to put glue along here and put this down. And you have to hold it for a second once you get it where you want it. So do you see it forming this little square? Isn't it cool? You didn't have to score on these if you didn't want it, because you do want it. But once I put the hair on, it does end up pulling it all back together. So now, I didn't do any special thing with this to line this up. All I did was I found which piece I like, and I kind of like that crazy piece right there. So then I like bent it right here, kind of bent it right here, and then turn it around and bend it right here, and then bring it back around and bend it right here. So I did this. Now we will cut this. We will just find out where we want it to end, and we'll trim the hair. But for now, that's how I did it. And now I'm just going to bring in and a sponge. And I'm just going to sponge on all these spots to make them look, I don't know, it gives a little bit of a character, I guess. And I'm just going around and I'm just sponging on all his spots. And you can decide if, I mean, if you lined that up perfectly that you want to change it, but I never do. I just like it the way it is. Okay, got a little glue up there. Oh, this is my front, so I think he's cute. Now we're going to stick the handles on. So let's bring in my mat, and I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive. You could use stronger adhesive if you wanted to, but I found this just works. I mean, it depends on how heavy. If you're going to put heavier stuff in there, a lot of heavy candy, then maybe you don't do that. Maybe you just put, or you don't use the handle to handle it to them. You could actually add a little brad here, and you know how Frankenstein has those little, I don't know, like bolts going out their ears? You could use it for that, pretend they're that, and that would be kind of cool too, coming out of them. But, and then that's the little handle. Oh, this is so cute. And now we're going to work on our eyes, so we'll set that aside, and we'll work on our nose too, so I could put this ink away. So here's our eyes, here's our nose. We're going to take, and we're just going to cut off, I don't know, about that much. I didn't cut off very much from the nose. And now we're going to take the ink again, and we're going to sponge this whole thing again. So we got him all sponged. So I'm going to estimate maybe right about here would be a good spot for his nose. So I'm going to put a little glue on there. And I'm just going to stick his nose there. I got him in the... Once you put his face on him, he just starts to come to life. I just absolutely love him. So then we're going to go ahead and we're going to add our black eyes to our white eyes. And I like to use the Take Your Pick tool for this. And I'm going to put a little bit of ink on this, a little bit of ink on this one. And I'm going to take this to help me pick it up. And I'm going to put it right there, towards the bottom. Okay, towards the bottom. All right. And now to give our eyes a little bit of character, because you can see I have a little bit of fun stuff going on, I took the Stampin' Up! Chalk and Write marker and I just gave it a little dot. There's something fuzzy on the end of this. There we go. I gave it a little dot and then a line. And then I thought, oh, 2 little dots again. And then I gave it a little dot, a line, and 2 little dots. Now, if you need this, if you think that it absorbs in and it's not white enough for you, wait for it to dry a little bit and then you can do it again. So now I'm going to put some glue right here and over here. And I'm going to bring in this, and I'm just going to bring it down a little bit because I don't want it on the hair. I'd rather have it more over the nose. And you also want to make sure they're kind of even. I think that looks good. My hair might have been a little longer. I probably could have made a little bit shorter on this one. But I still think it's cute. But now it needs its mouth. And those just got to sit there and they'll dry. So for the mouth I'm using the Stampin' Write marker. And I'm going to be using, not that end, this end. It's kind of got like a more of a brush end, or you can use the Stays On dark black, which or not the Stays On, the blend dark black, which is what I'm going to use. And I just kind of do like, I don't know, a crazy face, and then I give them like these little smile things. I give them a hashtag there, and I kind of gave them one over here just to make them look happy, I guess. And so that is all that I did to this. Let me zoom you back out. This is my week 6 of Halloween, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it was kind of a crazy video, and if there's any dogs or kids or anything in the background, I'm very sorry. And if you'd like to purchase any of the products, use that hostess code I gave you earlier, and that would be greatly appreciated. So thanks for stopping by, everybody, and I'll be back next week with week number 7. Bye-bye.